Hello and welcome to another little computer shop review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the R.A.T.9. I did a review on the R.A.T.7 a while back. I didn't upload it because I think there's something I didn't like about the video. I don't remember. And also I guess because I was waiting for the R.A.T.9 to come out so that I can actually do a review on their top of the line wireless. And the other problem was with the R.A.T.7 was that I didn't like it because I don't like wired mice. I find just the wagging of the like the wagging of the cord. No matter how nice the cord is, it's still there and it's still annoying, and I always feel the resistance and it drives me nuts. So I decided, as soon as the R.A.T.9 came out, like literally the day that it came out, I went and got it, and I've had it for about a week and a bit now. Actually, a lot of my suppliers don't even have it yet, so I was surprised that this one particular supplier did have it. And I've been messing around with it for the past week and a half, I think, something like that. And I have obviously, the usual commentary on what I think. So I'm not going to go through all the details. I'm just going to quickly summarize some of the main features. You can all go to some unboxing or some. You can go to the actual the Saitek Cyborg website and you can find all the details there. But basically, some neat features. It has a little pinky rest. It has a little adjustable palm rest. It has a thumb scroll thing. It has a little button here that you press that drops the DPI down to the very lowest settings, or actually you can even customize it anyways. Pretty nice thumb rest. And it has a DPI control here. This thing's actually two buttons. It's a button forward and a button backwards. There's a really nice button that's here on this thing, and this thing right here is actually a button right there, and that allows you to, I don't know why the camera's all the way up here, and you can press this button and change profiles. You got a little screwdriver in the back here that unscrews. You can put the weights in the back here. The body's aluminum. It's got a lot of nice features. This is the base unit. It comes with two batteries. One little battery that goes in right there, and then you have another battery that goes in here, charges while this one is being used, and the charging unit is actually very nice looking. And there's a little hole for this little, it's a, what do you call it? It's a compartment for the weights. Yes. Those are the features. Also, it comes with a bunch of extra things, rubbery side things, and a tall one and a short one, and a rubbery palm rest. So there we go. Now you know all the features. As for the performance of the mouse, well, people always whine and complain on my reviews. Why don't I talk about the tracking? And because I don't really care. For me, it's all about the comfort of the mouse, and the tracking does have a role, but really all the high-end performance mice are going to have a generally good tracking. This one already has a tracking problem. I will get to that a little bit later in the thing, but I'm not going to go into a video game like, oh my god, look, the mouse tracks from here to here flawlessly. Well, yeah, most of them will do that anyways. Okay. I'm going to talk about some of the nice things that I like about this mouse, and then I'm going to go on to the long list of things that I don't like about this mouse. Some of the things that I like. Number one, the thumb scroll is actually a very unique new invention, and I like it a lot. Basically, it's you have the two buttons here, and then you can just go over here and scroll back and forth, and you can bind these to actually a button key press. So, for example, let's say if I'm playing, if you're playing World of Warcraft, as I usually mention that game in almost every review, I use this, for example, as a spammable. For example, if I want to spam SAP, or if I want to spam Tricks as a Trade or whatever as my rogue, or whatever other ability that I have, I can use this. Actually, I use it on my mage as cancel ice block. So that's a really nice feature that they have there. This button here, obviously, you click it and it drops the DPI really low, which is excellent for obviously first-person shooters. And we're back. My phone rang. So what's really nice about this is that in Photoshop, basically, a lot of times I'm trying to move something literally one pixel over. I need to move just one single pixel over. So instead of zooming all the way in and trying to find that one pixel and move it over, and then maybe move it up and down or whatever, this thing, you click it and you can actually move the mouse, this much, and you literally only moved a pixel over. So it's a very nice feature in terms of precision movement of things within Photoshop. So that's a nice feature. You have profiling, which you can change the binds and the settings and all that kind of stuff with the three profiles. The button here, see that? You hear that? Hear the clicking? Yeah, that's a very nice clicky mouse. I like it because when I click it, I don't actually end up mistakenly scrolling. I found with most other mice, you click it and you've already scrolled a little bit, and it's really frustrating. The DPI, there's both a pro and a con in this. It's a good position and it's a nice feel actually. The clicky is actually very comfortable to click it back and forth to increase, as you can see there, the increasing, the decreasing of the DPI. But it's not remappable, so that's a major flaw in my books. And of course, all the different, customizing of the, adjusting this out and in, and it goes up and down, and this comes out, and all that kind of stuff. What else? It looks like the Batmobile. That's a really big feature for me. It's huge, actually. That's why I bought it, because it looks like the freaking Batmobile. It comes with a really neat case, so you can show your friends. That's about it. Moving on to the bad stuff. So this thing has so many flaws. I like to look at it as a prototype. It's a really cool idea, but it's a failure on so many levels. Level number one, and again, these failures aren't huge, but they're really irritating. Number one, see this little ridge here? See that right there? That part right there? That's supposed to be where your pinky rests. See, the funny thing about that is when you put your pinky on a ridge like that, it feels like something is jabbing, like the whole entire time. It feels like there's something sharp pushing against my pinky the entire time. It's not very comfortable. I don't know, Mr. Saitek, maybe that's your last name. But anyways, so the pinky rest right here is like, it just makes no sense. Like my pinky does not bend that way. Why would you have it bend like this? Why wouldn't they just have a straight slab going down, and that way my pinky can actually rest on it, instead of feeling like I need to like twist my pinky just so it rests somewhere? That's one. I really don't like the shape of this. I love the idea of a pinky rest, but I don't like the way that they shape this. So that's flaw number one. Flaw number two, you can't adjust the DPI. You can't remap the buttons, the forward and the back button here. You can't remap that. That's a really major flaw for me. I really hate that, because I really like using middle mouse buttons that are here, not having to use this button. That's number two. Number three is the battery. First of all, battery life on this thing kind of sucks. It doesn't last very long. I've come in a few times in the week, and I charge it the day before, but I leave it overnight, and I come back and the battery is dead, so I have to replace it right away. That's a really big irritation. Speaking of which, another major irritation on this thing is that when it goes into sleep mode, if you leave it for a long time and it goes into sleep mode, sometimes you move the mouse and it doesn't connect right away. So you have to sit there and jiggle it and press buttons, and finally it comes back. It's like a laptop going into sleep mode. That's not how a mouse should be. Mice should instantly react when you move it and wake up. But no, they decided that they want to put it into like a deep sleep mode because it needs a beauty rest. So back to battery. The battery problem is not just that the battery life blows, but if you want to take the battery out, good luck. And I hope you have really small hands, because to get the battery out, as you can see, you can't hold it this way because there's nothing to hold on to on this side. It's being blocked by the palm thing. See, it's entirely in the way. You can't actually get your finger in there. And if you want to pull it out this way, you're actually going to actually scrape it. As you can see, I've scraped my nail. You scrape your nails against the aluminum body, and you're trying to pull the stupid thing out, and it's really jammed in there. Like, it's not like it clicks in and it slides in, it's nice and smooth. No, it's really jammed in there. So in order to get it out, you're going to have a heck of a time. And as you can see, the same thing with this one. It's actually, just pretty jammed in there. Oh, there we go. Finally, that's, it's clipped really hard in there, and that's the thing. So the battery life blows, and getting the battery in and out is very irritating, and it's like you're fighting against the mouse just to get that in there. But at least it has a little sensor that tells you, hey, it's green, therefore it's charged. So battery design of how to clip it in, it's kind of stupid. There should be like maybe at least a button you can press to pop it out or something, but there's really no, like, you have to literally put your fingers right there and pull as hard as you can, and it kind of hurts. Also, there's one way you can do it. You have to clip this off, pull this out, and then you can get a handhold. So you get the battery out, you put the new battery in, you take this. I mean, it's just convoluted. Why? Why do we need to do things this way? Just have it so that it's easier to hold, or that there is a button that you can pop to get it out. Okay, so that's the problem number, I don't know, what are we at, 4? Something like that. And onward to the worst problem of all, okay? The worst problem of all is the tracking. So yes, you whiny first-person shooter players have whined your way into my heart. The tracking on this thing is miserable at best, okay? It's garbage, at best also, something like that. Another word that indicates that I hate this thing. Okay, let me show you, okay? I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to drop down my mouse pad. Alright, this is a friend's mouse that I've been using. See, I've been using this mouse because I really don't like that mouse so much that I actually am using a friend's mouse. I'm going to put down my mouse pad. See, it's a SteelSeries mouse pad. I don't really like this mouse pad very much. I prefer that. There's another mouse pad. I'll do a review on it later. Alright, so here's the mouse on the pad. Okay, see, when I click the button, see if I click the button lots, I don't know if you can notice, the mouse is not moving at all on the pad. Okay, it's staying still. It's not moving anywhere. But here, let me put the mouse. Now I'm going to show you on the camera on here. See, I'm clicking it. See, it's moving around. See how the mouse is moving all over the screen? And if I keep on clicking, see, look at where it is. The mouse isn't moving on the mouse pad. All I'm doing is clicking the mouse, and I'm going back here, and the mouse pad is, oh, the mouse is like now going, oh, it's going up, oh, it's going down. See, so that's what I'm saying, is that the mouse isn't even moving at all. It's just all I'm doing, and I'm not even clicking hard, I'm just lightly clicking, and the mouse is actually moving all over the screen. Basically what happened was, what drew my attention to this is whenever I try double click, the mouse moves before, like usually you have to have a mouse in one position, you double click on that, and therefore double clicks on that thing. But now when I try to double click it slides over, so I can't double click stuff. Often I actually have to hold the mouse and lift it off take the pressure off, like lift it off the table just a tiny little bit, and then click so that it doesn't move. Because what's happening is that the sensor, for some reason, when the thing tilts even slightly down, it tracks it way too much and it moves the mouse. Anyways, so basically, that's one issue with the tracking, is that the clicking causes the mouse to move on the screen, even when the mouse is entirely still. Even when I put it on a solid surface and I click, the mouse still, it's a little hard, it's a little less movement, but see, it's still moving, and again, the mouse is not moving on the table. So that's another issue, is that the tracking is terrible, and that's the thing that's made this thing unbearable, and that's why I stopped using it. I'm actually going to go return this. I do not want this mouse anymore. So the tracking is very bad in that respect, and not to mention that the pads were not level when I got them, and it's kind of gone back a little bit to that, so I don't know if you can hear this. It's not so bad anymore, actually. When I first got it, the thing tilted back and forth this way, so when I would push this down, it would make a clicky bangy noise, because you could hear the aluminum banging against the table, because the pads on the bottom were not level. I had to bend this, and I had to sand, scrape this one down, and keep on scraping them until I finally found a way to get this thing to actually sit level on the table. The pads came uneven from the factory, which is a major disappointment. So, you know, I don't know, this mouse is a disappointment in more than one way. My recommendation on this mouse is, it looks like the Batmobile, so go get it. Make sure that wherever you buy it from has a 30-day return policy, and then so once you get it, after about a week, you're going to want to cut your hand off, use this thing as a frisbee against a brick wall, or you're going to go return it. And all three of them are going to lead to you not wanting the stupid mouse. So, sorry, Saitek. This mouse blows, but at the end of the day, it's a very cool idea. I think it's a very good starting point. Maybe you should, like other companies should definitely build on this concept, having customizable, so many customizable features. Even one last point that I didn't like about this mouse is that the position of the palm rest. It may be nice for people who, like, there's guys who hold their mice like it's a claw, like they're all eagles playing on their games and they claw the mouse. The thing is that it's nice for that. Like, if you have your hand like this the whole entire time, sure. But the thing is, if you're the type to ever want to rest your hand on the mouse, the problem is it gives your palm some rest, but the rest of your fingers are constantly up, being held in the air, because there's nowhere for them to rest. I don't know if you can see this. See, there's literally, like, there's no way for me to rest my hand on this thing to make it comfortable, because it just isn't designed for me to rest my hand. It's just designed to chase after the Joker. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you, feel free to make comments and to spew all your hate towards me in disagreement of what I have said, but I really think that what I said was accurate. Alright, so check out my Facebook. I'm going to post it, I don't know, you'll probably see a link by now, and my Twitter. Although I don't really update it that much, but maybe one day I'll get into Twitter. And I think you can check out my webpage, and we're going to be updating it, and we have lots of stuff going on. Right now the gaming center is getting bigger and better than ever. We have 10 computers in there right now, and it's getting really exciting. It's really dark in there because all these nerds are in here, and they're scared of people seeing them. And yeah, we're all playing Minecraft. You guys really need to start playing Minecraft. It is such a fun game. And yeah, so I guess I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'm going to be doing a review on a whole bunch of stuff coming up on mouse pads and earpieces and all sorts of stuff like that. Alright, talk to you later.